Revenge films.
My name is Holly. I live with my husband and my 6-year-old daughter and work at a sushi restaurant. My husband works as a public officer at the town office, and people around me usually think he has a serious personality. But he is lazy at home, and I don't know how to deal with his extravagant spending. My husband's mother is single, and I heard they got a divorce when he was still young. Probably because he was spoiled when he was a kid, my husband is selfish and basically does nothing to help with the housework and childcare. So I tried my best to work hard outside and at home to make a living. At home, my husband was selfish and bossy towards me, but in front of his mother, he would act all nice. It seemed like his mother also believed that he was the best son who worked hard and took great care of his family. When we visited his mother sometimes, both my daughter and I were disgusted to see my husband, who had a mother complex, and his mother, who still wanted to keep him to herself. At first, my mother-in-law was kind to me, but she slowly revealed her true colors. And now she doesn't even bother to hide her bad personality. She would visit us without telling us beforehand sometimes. "You don't clean properly enough." She would scold me for a long time like this. One day when I got back from work, my mother-in-law was visiting, and the three of them had ordered sushi. There was none for me on the table, so when I looked confused, "You work at a sushi restaurant. You should be able to eat at any time," she said to me. When my daughter, who realized that there wasn't any sushi for me, shared with me some of her sushi. "No, you don't have to share." She took the sushi away from me. Then she suddenly started scolding me for a long time about cleaning and childcare while I was standing there helplessly. I was feeling dizzy by the time she finished because I was so tired and hungry. My husband said to his mother,
"You're really lazy. You better learn from Mom."
He was on his mother's side, and he never tried to protect me. Just when my mother-in-law was about to leave, "I wonder if a lazy girl like you can really work," she started, and then my husband chimed in.
"I bet everyone thinks you're a burden and a troublemaker,"
he said. "That's not true." When I talked back, "Then let's go have a meal at the sushi restaurant you work at next Sunday," she suggested. I knew she'd complain about the small things, so I said I didn't want to, but...
"Are you gonna reject her request?"
My husband got really mad, so I reluctantly agreed to go together. The next Sunday, when I went to the sushi restaurant where I work at, the manager looked busier than usual. "Do you have many reservations today?" When I asked,
"A TV show is coming for an interview. Oh, but we still have time, so relax and enjoy your meal,"
he said. Then my mother-in-law said to the manager, "Thank you for taking good care of my daughter-in-law. Is she being a burden as a useless worker?" Then the manager gave her a bitter smile. When we got to our seat, my mother-in-law, who likes to brag, ordered the special set for 3 people and some cucumber rolls. My daughter was unable to finish one plate, so I thought we would be sharing our order among the 3 adults. But once we were served, my mother-in-law gave each plate to everyone except me. And she placed the plate of cucumber rolls in front of me. I couldn't help but gasp. "Huh?" Then my mother-in-law said, "A cucumber roll is enough for you." That was what she said. My husband, who heard her say that, burst out laughing.
"A useless wife like you doesn't even deserve to eat cucumber rolls."
When my husband said that, I made eye contact with the manager. Then he started calling someone, and he was talking to that person. It kind of bothered me, but I was too busy trying to hold in my anger that was about to surpass my limits. My mother-in-law saw me like that. "You seem unhappy. Okay, I bet this isn't enough for you. Excuse me, can we get 3 more plates of cucumber rolls?" she yelled. My husband burst out laughing again. My daughter was bright red in the face seeing them bully me. You finish the special set on your own, okay? Don't share it with your mother. She lost her appetite after that, and she didn't even eat a single piece. I didn't want her to worry about me. They made delicious sushi just for you. Go on and eat. Mommy likes cucumber rolls. Like that, I kept eating the cucumber rolls until I finished them all. When I went to the cashier to pay the bills, I realized that the interview had started. I thought it might have started earlier than planned, and I tried to be careful not to be inside the frame while I paid. But then my manager whispered in my ear,
Look forward to seeing it on TV.
He gave me a playful smile. A week later, when I was waiting in front of the TV, excited to see the sushi restaurant I worked at, it finally appeared on TV. When the manager was preparing sushi, my mother-in-law and husband were bullying me behind him, and the camera had vividly captured the moment of them bursting out laughing. My husband, who was lying down on the sofa, spat out his coffee.
Wait a minute! You have to be kidding!
He yelled. Before I could act surprised, my father called me on the phone. Apparently he was watching too.
What did I just see on TV?
He demanded that I give the phone to my husband. As soon as I handed over the phone, I heard my father yell at him from the other side of the phone. When my father demanded,
You better get a divorce now!
my husband argued,
We won't! We were just playing around!
That was what he said. But my father said,
I can't trust you with my daughter and granddaughter!
Then he said that he'll come pick us up right now. As soon as I heard his words, I felt like I was finally allowed to get a divorce, and I felt so much better. When I was packing my things with my daughter,
We won't get a divorce, will we? That was just a joke!
he tried to pamper me, but I ignored him, and when I finished packing, my father arrived. At that moment, my mother-in-law also arrived. As soon as she saw my father's face, Oh, sir, why are you here? Don't tell me you watched that. She backed up awkwardly. My father yelled,
What are you thinking? Who do you think my daughter is? They're getting a divorce!
He was furious. No! Why did everything turn out this way? She slumped down to the floor. Among the viewers of the broadcast, their bullying caught a lot of attention. And it seems like it was going viral on social media. The videos were posted on social media as well, and there were many comments like, Awful mother-in-law, useless husband. Thanks to that, her friends and relatives were disgusted by her, and her actual parents told her to never show her face again and left her. It was all too late. I'm sorry I joked around that day. Can't you comment on social media that we're usually close? But she still asked me this. You've always been bullying me, so I can't do that. I hate to lie. After I said that, my father got even angrier. My daughter and I went back to move in with my parents as if we were being rescued. After that, I was stress-free now that I was separated from my husband and mother-in-law. I quickly decided to get a divorce. My parents also supported my divorce and offered that they'll help me to take care of my daughter. When I quickly sent him the divorce papers, he visited my parents' house as he wept and apologized on his knees at the door.
I promise to take great care of her from now on!
He said, but no one took him seriously. A week after forcing him to leave, we officially got divorced, and I became a single mother. Because their faces were revealed to the public after that broadcast, they couldn't leave their house for a while, scared of being judged by people. The rumor of him being a horrible husband spread through his office, and I heard he lost $10,000 from stress. My mother-in-law had to endure being rumored behind her back. And because she felt so lonely and isolated, she began talking to kids in the neighborhood, and now she's being treated like a freak. In my case, my life is stable from my income at the sushi restaurant and child support from my husband, and I live a fulfilling life at my parents' house. My daughter had been seeing me bullied by my husband, so she never said that she missed him after our divorce. So I think I'll never have to see him again in life. Now that I'm finally free from the stress that I've been enduring for a long time, I hope I can live a happy life with my family from now on.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.